Hello, hello. I hope you are having a great start to your week. Today I wanted to hop on here and share something that I was chatting about with my clients in the Empower You Business Academy group and in the mastermind group last week. So last week was the final week of calls for both the groups. We're wrapping things up as the year ends and as we're getting into the holidays. And last week's talk on those client calls on the mastermind and the Empower You Business Academy call, they were really, really deep. And I wanted to share this thought with you because I think that not just as entrepreneurs, like definitely entrepreneurs and high performing individuals, this is something we fall prey to, but it's also just in general, just the way society is now and technology drives us and immediate gratification drives us now, that this is something to think about. Before I get to that though, real quick, I wanted to share with you that the Empower Her Mastermind is open for enrollment right now. The sales page will be complete tomorrow and I'll be able to share that beautiful sales page, that beautiful art of work that my assistant helped me put together tomorrow. If you're interested in the Empower Her Mastermind, it starts in January. It's a women's only mastermind and I'm going to be teaching some things very differently and different things that I've never taught before. So yes, I'm going to teach business strategy and all that stuff, but I'm really going to dive deep into energetics and the law of attraction, the quantum, things like that. So that is going to be a big part of this mastermind. I will do a whole separate live on that and get into more details about that, but that is open for enrollment right now. So if you're interested in signing up for the Empower Her Women's Only Mastermind, it's limited to 10 women. That's it. I'm going to keep it super small. That starts in January, and if you're interested, just send me a DM and we'll schedule a call and we'll chat about it and I can give you all the details and everything. And tomorrow I'll have the sales page that'll have much more details. And then the other thing is, in case you missed it, I have a text message list that I send text messages to exclusively 2 times a week. I send a business, money mindset, law of attraction, thought tip of the day. I send that on Tuesdays and Fridays to my text message list. And if you want to get on that exclusive list, let me give you the phone number. Hold on, I got to get it because I don't know it by heart. Text me tips to 702-297-6452, 702-297-6452. So go ahead and text me tips to that and you'll be able to get on that list. And every Tuesday and Friday, I send out a thought of the day. It's business, money, something related to that. Business, money, mindset, law of attraction, something. Lately, I've been really focusing on law of attraction and energetics and things like that. So, and more of creating more abundance in your life. So they've been some pretty kick-ass texts, I think. Anyway, so get on that list. All right, so now to talk about the thing that I wanted to share with you today. And I have some notes because this is pretty deep. So I don't know how deep I'm going to go here because there's like a lot of different layers to it. And so last week we wrapped up the Empower You Business Academy and Mastermind calls with this talk. And it was really important to have, particularly with entrepreneurs. And what really sparked it was, as entrepreneurs, we feel really overwhelmed and we feel, we are responsible for driving the needle forward in our business. We are responsible for managing our energy and our schedules. We are responsible for playing energetic Tetris throughout the day, every day. We do something that we give our energy to, and then we have to do something in return that helps us to get that energy back. And then if we don't have energy for something, and this is a human thing too, and then if we don't have energy for something and we make a decision to not do this thing because we don't have energy for it, but we do have energy for this thing, then we feel guilt because we didn't have energy for that thing, right? So we're constantly playing energetic Tetris as entrepreneurs, high-performing individuals, as humans in general. And it's something that can be really hard to manage emotionally and mentally. We learned the standard paradigm that more time, or more doing more equals more results, right? If we put in more time and do more things, we have more things on our to-do list, right? No days off, hashtag no days off, and just like hammering it hard and just like working really hard, then that's going to get us more results, right? When in reality, when you are just packing it in like that and you're just putting in time, you're just clocking in, clocking out, just putting in time to put in the time, and then you're just adding things to your list just to say that, just to feel worthy, or to say that you did a lot of things, or whatever it is, you are likely half-assing a lot of those things, right? Yeah, I know you are. So when in reality, we think we have this paradigm, and the old paradigm, not the old paradigm, but it's just the standard paradigm that we've learned, that more time doing more means more results. When in reality, actually more presence and more intentionality delivers results. So when you approach something, it's not about adding things to your to-do list. It's not about putting in more time. It's not about doing more, making sure you do all the things and then do some more. Because listen, coming from a fitness background, a strength training background, in the world of strength training, more is just more. More is not better. More is just more. And in fact, more in the world of strength training and lifting can have negative effects. It can take away. You can have negative results, right? It's the same thing with energy and progress and attracting things into your life. More is just more. It's not better. It doesn't guarantee results. It doesn't mean you're going to get results. What's the best thing that you can do is to show up with fully focused presence. When you are doing a task, when you're working with a client, when you're going to do something in your business, in your personal life, when you're showing up in your personal life, with your partner, with your family, with your friends, that you show up with fully focused presence and intentionality. And you're very, very clear. You're very, very clear about what you want, and you're completely there, 100%. And you're whole-assing it, right? You're giving everything. Now, if you want to do that, right? So it's not about doing more. It's about choosing, it's about prioritizing what's important and structuring your schedule in your life and getting your mind right in such a way that you know that you can show up with 100% fully focused presence and intentionality. And you whole-ass that thing, whatever it is. Being there for your partner. Being there for a client. Writing a social media post. You're putting everything, all of your energy into it. You're focusing on that one thing. That is what's going to deliver results. And I think a perfect example is in the space of entrepreneurs. You see, there are entrepreneurs out there who, like, maybe you're an entrepreneur and you think, man, I've been doing this longer than her. Why is she ahead of me? Why does she have a higher revenue? Why does she have more clients than me? Why is her business growing faster than mine? Which, comparison is never a good thing. Comparison is the thief of joy. It's never a good thing, but comparison enters our minds, right? So maybe you've been doing this online business thing longer than that person that you follow, and you're behind. You're not as far ahead as that person. So why is she so far ahead? Because she probably showed up with fully focused presence and intentionality and exuded that energy. So not only did she wasn't trying to do a million things, she wasn't distracted by other things that caused her to like half-ass everything on her list. No. She showed up with fully focused presence and intentionality, and she whole-assed it. And she collapsed time by being fully focused and present and doing the work that way, not trying to do a lot of things, but doing a few things really, really well. And then that's how she got ahead. And it's not just, the actual like work that gets done in the tasks. It's also about when you are that person who shows up as grounded and fully present and focused and intentional, you have an energy about you that is magnetic to others. Because this is an energy that it's few and far between. You don't find a lot of people on this earth who are able, especially in today's day and age of, all the social media and like TikTok and news and instant gratification and technology and everything, and phones going off and Slack going off and Voxer going off and laptops and whatever. It's very hard to find people who show up with that type of groundedness, confidence, knowing, listening, a good listener, fully focused presence and intentionality. And when you meet someone who is like that and you feel that energy, you're like, I want some of that energy. So it's not just getting results in the tasks that you do as a result of showing up this way, but it's about you shift your energy into this energy that is magnetic, and people are drawn to you and they want to be part of that. They want some of that energy. And, and with that, it's, some examples I think that can be super helpful are like last year, I remember when we got our Christmas tree. It was a weekend, but I was like really distracted by work. I wanted to do work. And I had things on my list that I was working. We finally went to go we got the Christmas tree late in the year too. It was like December 20th or something. It was around that time. And also on that day, we went late in the day and then we got it and we brought it back to the house. And we finally didn't get around to decorating until like 5:00 at night. And I remember it was like really, really stressful. And I was like, oh my God, this sucks. This is not how I want to feel at Christmas, getting my Christmas tree. I don't want to feel stressed and distracted and trying to balance work. I love Christmas. I love it. And I love that time with my husband and our puppy. Like I want that time. I want to be fully present in my personal life when I'm doing something like that. So I remember how I felt last year. And so this year I was like, I'm going to make sure that when we get the Christmas tree, that's all I'm doing that day. And that's what I did. This year when we got the Christmas tree, I was like, today it was just all about the Christmas tree. That's it. And I fully enjoyed the day because I just stayed focused on, we're going to get the tree, we're going to decorate it. I didn't worry about any work that needed to get done. I enjoyed my weekend. I was fully focused and present with my husband and our puppy and enjoying the spirit of Christmas and decorating the tree. And it made a really, really big difference. And the irony of that is, because I took a step away from all the doing and all the work, and I focused on, Dr. Wayne Dyer talks about the 7 phases of intention, right? Getting into, creativity, love, beauty. The 7 phases are creativity, kindness, love, beauty, expansion, unlimited abundance, and receptivity. So in that, when you focus on, if you're always turning your focus towards the 7 phases of intention and trying to find that in every area of your life, then what happens is you become more connected with the universe. You have a higher energetic frequency, of a higher vibe. You attract more into your life. And as a high performer and entrepreneur, when you connect to the creative and you connect to the beauty, you connect to those things and you turn away and tune out the doing and the work, often what will happen is creativity will spark and it will end up fueling your business. So for example, when I stepped away from work, focused on this thing in my personal life and being fully present in my personal life that involved at certain elements of the certain faces of the 7 faces of intention, such as beauty and love and creativity, right? Decorating the tree, love, being with my partner and my puppy, and beauty, creativity, creativity, decorating the tree, and then having this beautiful tree, right? When I focus on that, what happened was I had all these ideas to write for Instagram posts. I ended up writing 2 Instagram posts, like that. Like all of a sudden I had all this creativity come into my brain, and I wrote it down, and then I posted them. So even though I stepped away from work, I ended up fueling my work and getting it done, but it was easier, right? I was doing less, attracting more, and I was having fun along the way, right? So what the takeaway that I want you to focus on here, because we could talk about this for a really, really long time, is I want you to take away focusing on, this is the essence of doing less, attracting more, and having fun along the way. When you show up with fully focused presence and intentionality, and you focus on the different faces of intention, 7 faces of intention, and you do that, and you try to really bring more of that into your life, then you are going to have more abundance, more expansion. You're going to get more done. What's going to happen is the abundance is going to compound and happen faster. You're going to attract faster, right? And that's what leads to quantum leaps, things like that, right? So I want you to focus on how you can organize your schedule in a way that you have the energetic resources to show up with fully focused presence and intentionality. And that was one of the big conversations that we were having last week on the Empower You Business Academy and Mastermind calls, which was about, as an entrepreneur, as a high-performing individual, since you're responsible for your schedule, getting things done, moving the needle forward in your business, playing energetic Tetris, maintaining your energy while you're serving your clients and getting these things done with your business, how do you structure your schedule so that it serves you best, so that you can fill your cup, so that you can be able, when you have to show up for a client or to do a task, you can show up with fully focused presence and intentionality. For me, I need to block out my mornings, and I need to make sure I get everything done for myself. And then from 12 noon on, then I can schedule calls, and I can be there for my business and for my clients, and I can be completely and fully there. And I also have days that I do coaching calls and days that I don't. And on the days that I do coaching calls, that's what I'm doing. I'm like, if I have 2 client coaching calls that day, that's what I'm doing. I take care of myself in the morning, fill up my energetic resources, and then when I have those calls, it's go time, and I am fully focused and present for those clients, and I'm giving them my everything. So how do you structure your schedule? And this is like the place to start. How do you structure your schedule so that you can make sure that you are full of energetic resources, so that you can show up fully focused presence, with fully focused presence and intentionality in your life, whether it's your business or your personal life? And then how can you look at your tasks and prioritize them and decide what is the most important and really what is not important, so that you can focus on those most important tasks and things to do and people in your life? How can you do that? So that's the takeaway here, is about showing up with that fully, not about doing more, adding more, putting in more time, but about showing up with fully focused presence and intentionality. And this is about not showing up distracted, which is really, really hard to do in today's day and age. It's very hard to show up not distracted. And now, showing up with fully focused presence and intentionality, it doesn't mean that you're always happy and joyful. No. That is what I'm talking about here. The energetics is this bigger energy that holds onto the energies on the emotional guidance scale, that holds this bigger energy I'm talking about of being grounded and intentional and present, that holds the smaller energies, of sadness, of happiness. It holds those, right? So the more you practice showing up fully present, fully focused, with fully focused presence and intentionality, then the more likely, if something goes down in your business, like the shit hits the fan in your business and you're not happy, but you got to show up for the client, the more you're going to be able to, even though that's going on in the background in your life, the more you practice this, the more you're going to be able to show up for that other person or thing in your life with fully focused presence and intentionality, and not be distracted by that thing, that problem that you need to solve, or whatever's going on in the background. And that's huge. That's huge. Because just because you're doing this doesn't mean that shit's not going to hit the fan in other areas of your life. It's going to. But how do you manage that energy? Right? How do you manage that? How do you learn how to show up? I can be fully present even though this is going on. And be there for that thing or person in your life. And it's also about being honest with yourself too. Now, I'm not saying not to keep your commitments to your commitments, but it's also about if there is something that you really cannot show up fully focused and present, if there's something you cannot show up for like that, then being honest with yourself and the person on the other end and saying, hey, listen, I love you and I really want to be here for you. And I want to be here for you 110%. And so because of that, can we reschedule? Because I'm not going to be able to be there for you the way I want to be there for you. So it's also about being honest with yourself and others, coming from a place of love, so that you can show up the way you want to show up for these people. So I think that's all I'm going to say about this today, because there's so much more there's like so many more layers to this that I could get into, but I just want you to focus on that one takeaway, and rather than trying to do many, many, many things or put in lots and lots and lots of time, how about show up not distracted and show up with fully focused presence and intentionality with everything you do in your life, in your business, in your personal life, and see how that manifests more abundance for you and compounds faster the better practice you get at it. So I hope you enjoyed today's thoughts. I will be back on here real soon. And again, if you're interested in the Empower Her Mastermind, send me a DM. Sales page is coming tomorrow. I will post that. But DM me in the meantime if you want to hop on a call and chat about it. We start in January, Women's Only Mastermind. And if you want to get on my text message list to get a business, money, or mindset thought or tip of the day, text me tips to 702-297-6452. All right, I'll see you later.